What's good, everyone? Welcome to another reading. We've got a juicy love reading today. I hope I haven't used this pick a pile illustration before. Got a feeling I might have doubled the video up by accident, but it doesn't really matter because it's all your intuition anyway. But hopefully it's the first time I've done this one. So yeah, love reading, love update. Not much of an introduction needed, I don't think. So I'll get stuck in. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Feel free to pause the video if you need to. I'll get stuck into pile number 1s. Alright, pile 1s. Love update. See what comes through. Okay, what do you see? What do you feel? Pile number 1s. Quite a simple reading. It's funny actually because the first time I was getting almost like a romantic kiss, but then as the reading continued, it seemed a bit more like comforting to me. Like this, if this is a masculine energy and a feminine energy, it would be the masculine comforting the feminine. I think there's some kiss, like so there's a kiss involved, but it feels a little bit more like comforting. It's almost like, I feel like this is emotional, but it feels, it's almost the energy as well. Like, you know when someone's cold and you keep them warm. Like, so you're hugging to kind of keep them warm a little bit as well. So yeah, this is one of those readings. I don't think it's necessarily to do with a description of the individuals. It feels to me more like a description of the scenario. Got some confirmation there from the siren. I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad reading though. And I guess this can always go both ways. I've had some readings in the past with the love updates where I feel like the feminine is comforting the masculine energy. And those readings have been very clear to me here. There's just something about like maybe that arm coming over and the feminine's arm is kind of a bit more relaxed. It just says to me like there's some kind of discomfort there from the feminine, and the masculine is comforting them. So yeah, I'm gonna hold my guns with that. I feel like that's what the energy is. It's the feminine kind of getting comforted. Yeah, for anyone out there watching, I hope you're not kind of going through anything. Like, is it a bereavement, or maybe just something sad? It maybe doesn't feel like an energy which is just happened. This is something that the feminine has kind of gotten over. It's kind of got that energy of like the masculine checking in. Oh, are you good? And the feminine like, yeah, you know. It's that kind of energy. This might not be something so serious either, because when I said it's almost like a cold day and keeping each other warm, that's very much a lighter hearted subject matter. So it might be something, you know, on a lighter note. It might even be just like the feminine missing the masculine. Or even possibly, you know, that moment when you might be trying something a bit long distance and the masculine has to go. This isn't really the energy of the feminine going, it's the masculine almost visiting, and then the masculine visiting the feminine, and the masculine having to leave. You know, I think that kind of puts a good blueprint on this reading. It kind of says the same story though, right? The feminine is in some form of emotional distress, sadness, and the masculine is comforting them. It's yeah, I gotta go type energy too, but I'm coming back type energy. So look, part ones, I think, you know, there's nothing really more to say for this reading. I guess if there was any kind of advice to give, it would be, I don't get any bad vibes about this relationship at all. Keep doing your thing. You know, sometimes there's little blips, sometimes there's a little annoyances, but you know, this definitely isn't a reading where I'm saying dodge this dodge this bullet, you know. Get the hell on out of here. That's for either the masculine or the feminine. It's very much like, this seems like a pretty solid relationship. Just keep riding it. So, part number ones, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Alright, pile number two's cheeky little love update. What have we got for you today? My pen's running out a little bit. Pile number twos. Feel free to super chat this reading and donate to get some new pens for me. Yes, that was a joke. Don't think there's no super chat. It's not live. There's a buy me a coffee link though. Feel free to help out the channel. Part twos. It's funny because I was giving a cheeky little joke there, which wasn't even a joke. It was just me being stupid. But this is the kind of energy of the reading, actually. You got the masculine energy here and the feminine energy. What do you see? What do you feel? Because that always comes first. What I'm seeing here is definitely something cheeky going on, where the feminine is the original energy was kind of stealing something. It reminds me of the energy of like when like your missus tries to steal a chip or something like that, you know, going out to eat. Or I guess more realistically here, this setting is definitely more at home. Actually, this would be a good example here. Like, let's say you're kind of on the floor, maybe with some, what are they called, like, not sleeping bag, like beanie bags, right? And you got like a bowl of chips watching a movie, crisp chips if you're American, and I don't know, it's that kind of that typical moment of asking your missus, oh, do you want any chips, any crisp? I don't know why I keep saying chips. I'm not even American. Damn. This is weird. There's definitely some Americans watching this. So I'm talking about like Walker's crisp, like crisp, like the snack, not chips, as in potato. Oh gosh, they have both potato chips. God damn it! Like, fucking. Oh man, my brain can't even explain them. You know, like fast food chips. Oh, that's not even important. Oh, Spirit, why are you doing this to me? Just trying to give a simple analogy. Okay, so this is the typical example of how, like, hey, asking your partner. I guess this could go the other way around, but this is definitely the masculine and the feminine here. The feminine is stealing that shit. It's asking the feminine, oh, do you want some chips with that movie? And she might say something like, no, I'm trying not to snack, or I'm on a diet, or whatever example, it doesn't even matter. Because that's probably going to trigger some of you out there. I don't want no chips. You sit down to watch this damn movie or watch Netflix. And the girl takes a goddamn potato chip before you've even taken one. This is the moment. Because you probably know you're going to lose your shit too. Or worse still, this might even be a snack where it's just one. That masculine. I don't know, I'd be worried actually. Because he's not even chasing her. Maybe he's just thinking about grabbing the kitchen knife. Let me have a drink. Part twos, thank you. I do like these readings where I'm just cracking up. Part two, so let's get the serious cap on. Although this reading absolutely is not serious, this seems to be like some form of, I think, honestly, like jokes aside, this is banter. This is not serious, this is funny. But it's that type of energy of definitely the feminine being cheeky. The only thing that's I think what's making me laugh is the masculine energy to me. He kind of looks a bit confused, like, what are you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? He's not all the way in on the joke, and I'm not sure if it's because he's so angry or if he's just confused. Oh, yes. Why does she always do this? Oh my God, it's so funny. But this feminine's having a goddamn time of her life. Like, she's jumping up. Like, she's won the golden ticket. Oh shit, maybe that's maybe that is a switch on this reading. Maybe you've won something. Maybe the feminine's won something like the lottery ticket. Like, it's a golden ticket. So the masculine hasn't quite realised what's happened. Could be that too. Shit, that's a different spin on it. I like that. I put that energy out for you guys. I hope you do win something. That sounds cool. That could be it too. He could just be in shock or doesn't believe her. That would make sense too. Well, part two is congrats if this is you. Yeah, it could be like, because I was also getting like when I was drawing, I was like, has the feminine just stole money from him? Is that why he's not impressed too? Like, has she just like grabbed in his pocket and just done a runner with, like, in a cute, jokey way? But it could have been that too. But I think that, like, some form of winning something is striking more, you know, even more than that snack analogy that I was laughing at for the past 20 minutes or however long it's been. I think part number two's the feminine in this relationship specifically has won something. She's won something. And she's looking back at this masculine. He still clearly hasn't registered what's going on here. But she's won something. She's waving that ticket. So part number two is, you know, a bit of a weird, like, this is almost like a, sometimes these readings aren't just you know, it's kind of interesting. I don't think, not to blow my own trumpet, but I don't think I've ever seen readings done like this before, because it's almost, I think this is the beauty of being able to illustrate or intuitively draw. These readings come out some of the time, not all the time, but they actually come out like snapshots, moments. And so if you're watching a reading and it's tarot and it's picking cards, literally picking cards, they can create a story, but this sometimes creates like a literal story. Like, it's literally taking a photo of a specific highlight or moment, and I'm able to capture all the energy of that moment. I'm able to catch the vibe of that, the energies, and express that almost like a story, which I think is quite unique. So here it's literally like the moment of, like I said, I think both scenarios apply. That second scenario is coming through a little bit stronger though. Like, I don't want to give anyone no false hope, like they're gonna win, you know, hundreds of millions in a lottery win. But I do feel like there's something of a win, like that's a shock, you know? And it's, you know, if it's even if it's kind of a small kind of scratch card win, I feel like there's some form of win. And if it's not so much like lottery, just think about how that could apply to something which is not, like not a lottery, but you can kind of win something, if that makes sense. I guess, almost like, I know it's not as exciting, but like finding something. Like, I found, yeah, I guess it's that I found that £20 in the sofa, or I found my old wallet, and that's got X, Y, and Z in it. I found my old purse. It was under that beanbag. How did we not see it? Do you see what I'm saying? On a less kind of dramatic front, it could be that as well. So pile number 2's super reading. Tell me if you do kind of win something in the comments. Let me know. I guess this moment is going to probably happen after this reading. So the chances of you coming back here and commenting and saying, yeah, actually I did win, is super narrow. But, look, man can dream. Hats off to you if you do. And I guess in the meantime, I just got my fingers crossed for you. Congratulations, it's probably already yours. Well done. And I'll see you in the next reading. So yeah, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Ifypause.com, you should know by now. Take care, pile 2's. Okay, pile number 3's. Some bit of an imprint coming through there. I think that's a little bit of a message. That doesn't often happen. There's something being imprinted in your life. Pile 3's. There's possibly something of the past leaving a mark on something today. Let's see what comes through. Okay, what do you see? What do you feel? I'm gonna color this in while you're thinking about what you see and what you feel. What do you see? What do you feel? What's the kind of energies that you're getting from this? For any artists watching this, having empathy for how much ink I'm burning from all these readings, you can always buy a little video on ifypause.com to support what I do over here. You can write that in the little purchase notes for some new pens. So pile number 3's, there's a few kind of little pointers I'm going to make. It feels to me, first of all, I don't think it was coincidental. I feel like these two characters are wearing almost boots, but like almost like snow boots. So while you're watching this, I don't know what season you're watching this. Um, it probably most definitely won't be released in a winter month. Or winter season, but there's kind of a vibe here of like, I don't know, are you going skiing together? Um, there's some form of like, I feel like it's cold, and I'm not talking necessarily emotions here. I'm feeling like literally you're somewhere cold. You're both somewhere cold. It's giving me skiing vibes. It's very specific. Um, Pile number 3 is as well. Maybe even like Canada. Canada, like Russia. I'm getting kind of places now coming through. So, anyways, pile number 3 is, I think, the thing to focus on here. The pointer to focus on here is that, like I said, there's something bleeding from the past into the present. And these two characters, they've almost got their back to each other, but it's not necessarily as bad as it may seem. I'm not getting the sense here of necessarily an argument. I'm getting something of more like, if I was to give a key word, it would be like something that's unresolved, which is creating some form of silent tension. I know that's really specific. Like, I don't know where that is coming from, Palfreys. It feels like magic, but it's like that is it. And Spirit's giving me absolute confirmation. It's like, yes, that, what you just said, that was like the perfect channel. I don't even remember what I just said right there, but that was it. There's something from the past which is creating some form of like silent tension. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I just said, but it's that energy. Now, pile number 3 is, I'm hoping that you've got more of an idea of what I'm talking about here. Or if you don't, I hope that me saying that has made you realise, shit, okay, there is. Like, I know what this dude's talking about. Something from the past is bleeding into the present. You know, it's given me the energy of like this relationship. It's not bad, it's not going bad, but it could be more. Okay, Spirit's giving me a little bit more now. This could be a scenario. I don't know why my voice is going. Let me have some water. I guess part 2's had me laughing all over the place. See this energy way more serious. Way more serious. Part 3, you might need to bring out your inner child a bit. Way more serious. You might just be a more mature, older couple, but age is just a number, as they say. Um, so yeah, back to the point. Spirit was giving me, this could be a couple where almost possible heartbreak of the past is causing this relationship to be just not as good as it could be. So there's a vibe, there's a compatibility. These two characters, in my opinion, have got them. They've got their backs to each other, but it's not in a way which is we've just argued. It's actually in a quite a cute way that they're almost supporting each other. But Spirit is saying that the elephant in the room is that you guys could go much deeper than this. And the reason you're not going deeper is kind of basically, without triggering anyone, it's like you both kind of a little bit scared. You're a little bit scared. That's basically the energy. So Spirit is asking for both of you. I doubt that you're both listening to this reading together, although I recommend it might be a good thing to do. I didn't see myself as a spiritual relationship counselor. This actually might, like, your masculine might actually give this reading a chance if he's not into like readings like this. He might be able to appreciate the direct energy, which is like, you know, when you like someone, and yeah, it's like when you like someone and you're just a bit like, you're just a little bit unsure that if you give that 100%, is this motherfucker gonna play me? You know, it's a little bit of that energy. And I would say, pile number 3 is, do be a little bit cautious, because I find personally that when I get that feeling, it's kind of for a reason. It means that it could just mean that both of you are giving that energy a little bit, like you're holding back a little bit. But when personally, when I'm in a relationship and I can see that that person is fully open-hearted, that gives me the green light to be open-hearted too. I'm not even saying that I'm waiting on the other person to be fully open with me. I'd probably say that I'm okay being completely open. But if I get the whiff that this person is like into me, but they're just purposely holding back, that's kind of a bit of a turn off for me. So I will do the same thing. I'll mirror. I'm not just going to be some jackass who just puts his heart out there and girls like licking her lips ready to slice up my heart into tiny little pieces. Fuck that. But so another thing, just to kind of summarize that point, Pal Freeze, when the energy is that, I find that there's not much thinking involved. When two people come together and they've just two open hearts, you don't even have this conversation. That's kind of pretty much what I'm trying to say. So there is a little bit of a red flag here. And the red flag is that it's probably quite, at least intuitively, or someone's picked up on the social cues here, that there's a little bit of holding back going on. And the best way to break that, if this reading is resonating, is obviously communication. And I don't know, like, everyone to their own, everyone communicating their own way, whatever way they seem, whatever way feels right to them. Again, not to get myself too involved in this, but like, people often say, "Oh, never bring up like past relationships when you're in a relationship." I say bullshit to that. I say talk about past relationships as long. I'm not saying, you know, make it a habit, but I'm saying talk about past relationships as long as obviously the feelings have detached. Don't speak about a past relationship as in, I still have feelings for that person, or that person was really cool and I really miss how they do that. Don't say that to your new partner, no. But if there's kind of just a certain learning experience, I think that's okay to kind of talk about. You know, like that kind of thing should make a relationship stronger. Let's say, for example, it was something like my ex-partner cheated on me. Like, that should be something that you should be able to talk about. Like, Because for all you know, if the masculine says, yeah, my ex cheated, that's why I'm a little bit holding back. You never know, the feminine might go, yeah, my ex cheated too, that's why I'm holding back too. And you might just unlock some new vulnerability and level of understanding with each other. You might have a lovely little juicy trauma bond in a good way. You know, a little bit of trauma bonding is a good thing, as long as you're not dependent on it, as long as the relationship isn't built, the foundations aren't built upon trauma bonding. A little bit of trauma bonding, don't listen to what social media tells you. A little sprinkle of trauma bonding is a good thing. I tell you why, because it's relatability. So like, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing when you can say, yeah, damn shit, I know how you feel. I know exactly how you feel, god damn it. I know why you're acting like that. I've been there. I understand you. That's a good thing. Now, we should be together forever because we've been through the same traumas, or let's play these toxic traumas out together again in this relationship. But that's toxic, obviously. But like a little sprinkle of how you can grow from those lessons and kind of bond together through that, I don't think that's a bad thing, y'all. So pile 3 is a very kind of, you're going to have to get your mature cap on for this reading. I think you generally are a mature couple here, it seems. I don't necessarily feel for some reason that you two are all that spiritual. I don't know why that's coming through. I don't feel like, I don't feel like, maybe you are, but there's something about, I feel like this is a little bit of that power couple energy, the go-getter energy. But you know, these little steps, you must be spiritual to be on this reading, but those little steps of talking about these things can open up different layers of spiritual growth together too, right? So that little bit of vulnerability, you can start talking about like deeper spiritual things through that. Because just to end pile 3s, there's certain times where we go through certain things and they're a reminder they're kind of a reminder that when we end up with the right person, it's like, oh man, isn't God beautiful that I went through all of that to be the best partner for who I'm with right now. And that is obviously a spiritual experience. That is spiritual. You know, I've got a feeling here that the feminine might be dealing with a masculine who's not all that spiritual for some reason. But sometimes you might just need to break it down for him in that way. Just like, you know, look at all these little coincidences. You might start getting it that way. And I guess for masculines out there, their feminine possibly might not be spiritual, and you might just need to do the same thing. There's something a little bit here that I'm sensing where there's a little bit of like spiritual resistance. I can even relate to that in my world, like as an architect, there's just, like, I'm really deep into spirituality, but like, there's a line that I have to not cross in certain worlds because they're just not ready for it. And there's no Instagram post that's going to tell me that, you know, don't dull your light. Shine your light. Because I just know too well that some of this talk just don't go down well with certain crowds. It just don't. God forbid that might be one of your partners in this reading. But yeah, just look, what happens behind people's closed doors is down to them. Just just give people little crumbs sometimes, give people little starter packs. And yeah, I think this relationship has some potential. So poll number 3 is, if you enjoyed the reading, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.